Today I am going to talk to you about practical steps to discover more about yourself. Let's start with a few truths. Self-discovery is not for the weak or for those who prefer to cry about their lives instead of taking control. If you are one of those who complain about everything, look for excuses to justify your mediocrity, and criticize those who are striving to be better, this message is not for you, so move along. This message is for the men who are fed up with mediocrity and are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve greatness. If you don't identify with this, keep whining in the corner of your house while real men go out, take action, and make things happen. The first step you can take to discover more about yourself is to keep a daily record of what is happening to you, what works, and what doesn't. If you think that keeping a daily journal is for idiots and losers, it is actually the exact place, time, and situation. 2001, where you sharpen your thoughts and understand what you truly desire, what does not serve you, and what you need to remove to achieve what you want. A man who does not know what he wants is a parasite living at the expense of the decisions of others. This daily journal is precisely the tool that can help you stop being a victim and start being a person with direction and purpose capable of achieving whatever you want. Do you find it boring to write or keep a record of this? Of course you send. No one likes it. Mediocre people are always bored by what requires effort. If you can't stand the idea of writing down your own thoughts, then accept your place among the losers who will never achieve anything. Success is not for the lazy. Another advantage of keeping a record is that it helps you identify self-destructive patterns and distractions that keep you trapped in mediocrity. If you keep making the same mistakes over and over again, it is because you are too cowardly to face yourself. Think about it. Stop looking for blame and start doing the hard work to improve once and for all. And don't come to me saying, "Hey Dario, but I don't have time." Lie. You have all the time to complain, to get lost in useless distractions, but not to work on yourself. Period. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. If you really can't find time to improve, then you deserve your failure. Men who want to win make time, seek it out, create opportunities, and do whatever it takes to make things happen. Losers only make excuses. Another advantage of keeping a record is that it is the living proof of your progress. Every point, every page you create is a step forward in your transformation to become better, to self-master, and to self-discover. Men who dare to change do not need the validation of others. Their progress is all they need. That is a victory, and they see it every day. They see it reflected in every word they write or in every point they develop and improve. If you cannot recognize your own progress, then you do not deserve to improve. Oh, but let me guess. What's really happening is that it hurts you to read about your past mistakes and you don't want to confront them, right? Well, you should. That pain is a sign that you are on the right path, that you are changing something, and that you intend to improve. Obviously, there are parts within you that don't want to let you do it. Only the weak flee from pain. True men face it and use it as fuel to become stronger. If you can't deal with your mistakes, then you remain a coward. Hide away, because success and achieving great things are not for the fearful. Another step to discover yourself is to practice meditation, or, if that is not possible, to spend time alone to increase your self-awareness. What does it mean to know yourself, your thoughts, your fears, etc.? The truth is that the topic or idea of meditation is a bit overused, but it is not what everyone says, nor what one would believe. The truth is that meditation is not for relaxation. It is to prepare for a mental war. It is the place where you master your mind, where you become the master of your thoughts. You can see it this way. A man who cannot control his mind is a slave to his impulses. Spending time alone and reflecting on the things you are a slave to gives you the power to take control of your life, decide who you are. 2001. And what to do while others remain lost and continue living a life they didn't even choose for themselves. Am I hearing some of your thoughts saying, "Hey, but I don't have time, I don't know how to do it, I don't have the discipline"? Of course. Then you continue to be a loser and you will never achieve it. Real men do not seek excuses. They seek results. If you cannot discipline yourself to meditate, to take time alone, to learn more about yourself, then you do not have what it takes to master anything, not even yourself, period. The other point is that by doing these types of exercises like meditation, spending time alone, etc., it forces you to focus on the present, to stop being a victim of the past or a slave to the fear of the future. And I completely understand this point. I have been a victim of the past, and it has filled me with fear and terror about futures that haven't even happened and won't happen. But what I have learned is that if I truly... You consider yourself a strong man and someone capable of getting things done and pursuing your dreams? For that type of person does not lament what was, nor fear what will be. The goal is to take those ideas, those thoughts, those experiences, those fears to live in the now and make the best decisions, moving forward with strength despite having fear and insecurities. We can only act in the present, not in the past or the future. It is in the present where results are forged, while the cowards and victims hide in the past or constantly worry about the future. And maybe you can say, hey, but you know that meditating frustrates me, I don't like it, it bores me. That's definitely not for me. Well, that frustration is what separates men from boys. Don't you like doing difficult things? Obviously, no one likes them. It's the same again. If you cannot endure discomfort, it is because you have become accustomed to being a slave to your weak mind. When I say weak mind, I mean more that your mind dominates you and you are the weak one, while the mind is the strong part. And it is a fact that great men are those who can break those chains or blockages or obstacles, because they know that mental freedom is the key to true power, internal power, and eventually external power. Another point is that meditation or spending time alone helps your concentration and focus, and that gives you the tools you need to overcome any obstacles that come your way. In a world full of distractions, the men who concentrate and focus are the ones who conquer. Meditation or introspection gives you that lethal advantage, while others drown in the chaos of their own mess. You might be thinking or have heard someone else say that it's not true, that it's a lie, that it's full of crap. Maybe, but I don't believe it, because if we analyze the lives of those people who are saying it, it is most likely that they are very mediocre. It has been my experience, and I have seen it everywhere, not only in Mexico, but also in Germany. Losers always find an excuse to avoid what really matters. They always find an excuse not to do what they have to do. If meditation, introspection, and taking time for yourself don't work for you, it's because you lack the courage to face yourself. The truth hurts, and if you can't handle it, keep living the lie you have lived until now. Point number 3 is to seek feedback from trusted people to gain external perspectives and thus be able to identify your blind spots as well. Just be careful here, because not everyone who gives you feedback wants the best for you, and they might actually be throwing shade at you. Putting that aside, feedback is what you need, even if it hurts, to break free from mediocrity. If you surround yourself with people who are flattering you, who are making you look good, or who are simply distracting you and leading you where you don't want to go, you will never know where you are failing. I don't know about you, but I have seen enough men who fear the truth, and those are cowards. What I have been able to identify in those people, in those men who are winning, is that they seek criticism, accept it, and use it to become stronger versions of themselves. The weak only hide behind excuses and lies, and they do not want to hear about their weaknesses, their shortcomings, and their blind spots. Don't you dislike hearing the criticisms of others knowing that you are truly guilty? Then you continue to be a loser because you are not ready to improve. So stay there and don't bother. Step aside. Feedback or constructive criticism is the hammer that forges a man's steel. If you cannot withstand the blow, then you are too fragile to aspire to greatness. Strong men do not fear being hit because they know that each blow makes them stronger. Even if the criticism is very negative, don't take it personally. Use it as a tool to eliminate what you are probably doing wrong and keep doing what you are doing right. Period. Another contradiction with feedback is that many people believe it is a weakness, but in reality, it is a sign of strength. It shows that you are willing to do whatever it takes to improve, and that you are not hiding. If you want to win, then go and seek all the feedback possible. Obviously, you shouldn't exaggerate. You need to look for key people, and if you can't accept that you have flaws, you will never be more than a loser hiding behind your own arrogance. That is, your ego. And as I said, yes, there is a risk of receiving advice that is biased or negative, but one must eventually learn to filter what is useful and what is not. The problem arises when you are so weak that you can't even differentiate between what is useful and what is not. This means you lack experience, take things personally, and don't know what to do. So, do you deserve to be manipulated by others? Definitely. The goal is to take what you need, discard what doesn't serve you, because it doesn't depend on anyone's opinion, neither your family, nor your partner, nor your children. It depends on you, solely and exclusively on you. Another super positive point I have found about feedback is that it validates your own observations, confirms them, and reinforces your confidence in the process of self-discovery you have been undergoing so far, if you are indeed doing it. When others confirm what you already know, it is a sign that you are on the right path. And that happens to me all the time. It's reaching the point where you don't need the validation of others, the validation or approval, but still using it as motivation, as fuel to keep moving forward with more strength and to prove to yourself, not just to them, but to yourself above all, that what you are doing, the struggle to achieve your dreams, is worth it at every moment. And if you are still depending on what others think of you, 2001, then let me tell you, dear friend, that you are a slave to their opinions. You are not a free man. And I tell you this from experience. I have had many years where I was a slave to what others wanted from me, what others expected of me, and what they thought of me, until I reached the point of being fed up with myself and the life I was living at that moment, until I said no more, never again. When I die, I don't want to die frustrated and thinking that I was only satisfying others and that I didn't really live. That's why I made the decision that I'm not going to die with mine, and screw them. And if you don't trust your own judgment, then you'll never be able to teach others how to do it. Learn to make your own decisions, even if you make mistakes, even if there are risks, and stand firm in them. Anyway, at the end of the day, you are going to learn something and you will improve. So, what would be the conclusion of these 3 points? If you want to be a great man, a respectable, strong man with the power to conquer the life you want, then stop complaining, stop making excuses, and start doing the hard work in every sense, including the hard work of self-discovery. If you are not willing to face the truth, endure the pain, and work harder than anyone else, then you will remain a loser, plain and simple. Gather with other losers and stop listening to this. But if you have the courage to face yourself, to leave excuses behind, and to take control of your life, then you are on the path to becoming the man you are destined to be. And if you are one of those men, I am more than happy to be by your side, to help you with whatever you want, because I am also on that same journey of self-discovery. You are not alone. So, if you are ready to stop being a victim and start being the conqueror of your life, just remember these words. The choice is yours. You are one decision away from changing your life. See you next time, 2001.